Oh, no, you can't hear me yet.
Yeah.
There's things that need to happen, right? Yeah, one second. It's okay. We're figuring it out. Oh, there we go. It's loud. How was it? Yeah. You made it through 11 music videos and 12 songs because you did double destruction if you didn't notice that. So good job. Without any ado, I'm just going to bring out the band now. Paul, Joey, Dan, come on out. Do you have a picture there?
Dude, did you just get here?
Yeah,
Oh, he was out getting popcorn. All right, great. How was it?
It's my favorite.
Yeah, so it's always very
They
good.
use real butter, that's why it's better.
They do. It gets rave reviews in our household as well. Yeah, good stuff.
Well, wow, we did it. Like I said before, 11 music videos. Thank you for being here for this, and let's just jump. Yeah. How we're gonna do this is, maybe it might make the most sense to go kind of video by video in chronological order. If there's a lot of questions for one, we might have to keep going to keep time, but otherwise, we're gonna allow for questions. So we're gonna start it off with the first one, 2014, Tongues, featuring Cops. Let me just say this, there's, I think, 3 music videos that were shot on film. Well, yeah, which ones? It was this one, Tongues, then Obsession, and then the last one, Scared.
Yes.
Which is great because all that film was made here in Rochester, New York. So we love it all tied in. Rochester band, Rochester film, it's great. So yeah, to kick it off, is there anything you want to say about Tongues?
No, let's just move on to the next one. Let's see. Okay, my ass is in that video, and so is
Mine
Paul.
too.
Yeah, and so is Paul's.
So we got two.
There's two butts
two butts.
in it. My mom was very disappointed in me when that video came out. She was like, "This is awful," and I was like, "It's my butt now. I can do what I want with it, Mom. Leave me alone."
That was actually day one of filming. That was the naked stuff, which is convenient, right? I remember that.
Our first music video, we show up. It's like, all right, so you're gonna need to take off all your clothes.
Do you remember the night before shooting the team building exercises?
Yes. What? Okay. So this video was directed by a director duo called the Daniels, who went on to make everything.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yes.
Which won Best Picture at the Oscars.
Yes. And interestingly enough, they did a song called "Turn Down for What" with DJ Snake and Lil Jon, right? And they had shot that video the week before ours. So we meet these guys, and one of the directors is actually in the "Turn Down for What" video. He's the guy who humps his way through the building. So we show up and these guys are making our video and it's not out yet. And they're like, "Hey, it's nice to meet you guys." And we're like, "Cool, what have you guys been doing? You just shooting the shit a little bit, right?" And they're like, "Well, we just made this video for Lil Jon where I have an erection and I hump my way through a 30-story building." And I was like, "All right, and now you want us to take off all of our clothes?" And they're like, "Yes." And I'm like, "You will never win an Oscar as long as you both live." And I was wrong, they did.
They were also wonderful guys.
They were very nice. And they also made Swiss Army Man with Daniel Radcliffe, which I really love too. It is so weird, but they're awesome.
I hadn't even met anyone at the label yet. It was that early on.
Really? Yeah, I only knew a couple
I
people.
met the president, A&R, all that day in a robe with nothing. In the middle of Zorthian Ranch.
Which is no longer there. It burned down in the
We
wildfire.
met in the hills of LA. It was a commune called Zorthian.
And all those people just lived there. Yeah, that's not true. That's a lie.
I remember there was a lot of poison oak
Yeah.
or sumac.
Was in Sumac.
Yeah.
I just remember all the people who were, everyone who was there was so nice, but like you had to find people, or we didn't, but the directors had to find and cast people who were comfortable being naked on the internet forever. So it was like very specifically people who had already been naked on the internet. So like between shots, yes,
And the two of you.
and me and Paul. So between shots, they would be talking to each other, and they'd be like, "Have you done anything?" They're like, "Yeah, I've done some solo stuff. I've done some." And I'm just like, "Oh, wow, we are really. This is how music videos are."
I will say, going back to like the team building thing we did the night before, that was actually fun and important. It was really stupid at the time, but like I didn't realize I was going to spend all afternoon naked with these people.
Yeah,
So it was like, it was kind of special. I mean, they were all super nice people.
I was so nervous about pulling down my pants.
So was I.
Yeah, and they were like, "Do you want a fake butt?" And I was like, "I don't." They offered a stunt butt, like where someone else.
It's not the only stunt thing they offered.
Do you wanna?
Yeah, they offered it. None of the guys on set accepted the offer. It looked strange. It was
Fair.
It was very Muppety.
Speaking of Muppets, they're showing the Muppets tomorrow here, but it's sold out, so you can't
They're
come.
showing the Muppets tomorrow here.
Muppets Christmas, right?
It's Christmas. Wow.
Sold out. So
Jeez.
this could be a good time to start taking a few questions about this.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions? Oh yeah, Matt. Matt will have a microphone. Does anybody have questions about tongues specifically? Yes, we got one over here. Oh, right, yeah. Keep your hand up because that might make it easier.
Hi.
Hi.
So sorry. I had a question about the amount of people that were like naked running around. Was it cold?
in the morning, yeah, we got there at like
Yeah.
4 a.m.
Okay.
But no, as soon as the sun came out, everyone just, it was really respectful between takes, everyone was in rows.
Oh,
But
okay.
then when it was like, okay, we're ready to shoot, it was just 24 naked people.
I mean,
It was honestly, I'm never gonna see anything like it again in my life. It is a sight to behold. I mean, it really is.
I don't
Yeah.
blame you. I once went to a commune, so yeah. I
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Anyways, my main part of the question. Whose fever dream was it that inspired the whole music video?
Oh, that was like the Daniels are like geniuses and
All them.
crazy. They were just like I remember it came in that like the Daniels want to work with you guys and they have this thing and like a bunch of people who were kind of in the know were like, you should trust us and say yes to this because these guys are like going to go on to do great things. And that was the last music video that they ever did. Yeah, because they just make movies now. I think they did a Manchester Orchestra video a few years ago because
Yeah.
he scored the film.
For Swiss Army.
Yeah. And that's it. Other than that, so we got to go. Like we went to one of the premieres of Swiss Army Man in New York and stuff, which was very cool. I remember it was like Paul Dano was there. Who else was there? I remember Michael
Paul Dano.
Cera was just like there hanging out, and it was yeah. I was like, why am I here? Yeah,
There's been several occasions like that where we're like
we're like, why are we here?
14 feet from a really famous person.
Yeah.
And we wonder what we're doing.
Yeah.
Just keep doing it.
And that was my summer with Jared Leto.
Any other questions related to tongues?
So hearing that the idea was brought up by the Daniels, I was just curious, did that comedic and absurdist tone then end up setting, I guess, the standard of quality for the rest of your music videos? Did you have to follow that up with being equally as absurdist?
I think that we were really inspired growing up by like the Foo Fighters music videos and the Blink-182 videos, and I just remember thinking like a music video is so silly to begin with. Like clearly nothing is plugged in. Like clearly that's just the song playing, right? And people are like rocking on top of like buildings and the building is shaking and you're just like this isn't real. So I always appreciated when it wasn't about like how cool someone was or like how good looking someone was, and it was just like a really, like when it made me laugh, you know? So, I mean, we got all sorts of treatments and stuff for like, hey, people want to do the tongues video, and that one we were like, okay, this is something that it's just so crazy. Like we
I think we read 5 or 6 treatments, and that one was just like,
yeah,
this is
yeah.
the most absurd thing I've ever read. We're picking this.
Yeah. But I do think it like freed us to be like a little bit silly early on maybe, where like people, because you guys know us a little bit and how we are as people and our personalities, and like at first, people just hear the song, right? So like Dangerous was happening really early and Times was happening, and people were like, people were like, oh, I like this song, I want to come see the band. So like the song isn't like inherently funny, right? Or silly, but like even though the art is like mostly serious, like we still like to laugh, and like a music video is a great time and a great way to do that.
Any other questions about Thomas before we move on to somebody new? Okay, we're gonna go on to somebody new. Do you want to give a little bit of background on somebody new?
I would love to. I can't skateboard. Can't even stand on one. In fact, if you watch that video again, there's one shot where I am clearly on a scooter like this. Like a child's Razor scooter.
All day. All day. We were all skating around LA. It was the most fun ever, and Dan was just on a Razor scooter.
I just remember like the other people, like these guys skated growing up, and I remember watching skate videos at Paul's mom's house, like when he was like 14, and they'd go out with like the camcorder, and there was like this amazing video where like it was actually, I remember Paul's voice like literally hadn't changed yet in the video, and he's like, Joey, go off the ramp. and Joey's skateboarding trick was like,
It wasn't a ramp, trust me, it was probably like a curve.
Dude, it was a curve, and Joey stuck it. He goes, and then just off the curb, and then keeps rolling. I was like, yeah, Joey!
That's a good
Which again, I want to stress that I can't even stand on a skateboard, so I too was impressed watching that back. Like, I didn't know you had that in you.
Yeah, there was a scene, I actually had to put Dan's boots on.
Yes. So
the
this
camera pans up and cuts.
it's Paul's legs, and they probably spent 50% of the music video budget making me look like I could stand on this. Yeah. And I remember the other dudes who were in it were all like semi-pro skaters. And
nicest dudes.
They were all nice, but one of them was like really good, and he didn't come back after lunch. He just disappears halfway through the bit. He was like, this guy is standing on a Razor scooter. This is not my culture.
It was like the most fun 14 hours I've had like in my life, in the sense of like being in a public place making a fool of yourself, but it didn't matter because you were making a music video, like that scene.
The holding the hands.
Yeah, the whole.
It was all in a park.
That is real. We did that in a park, in a public park with hundreds of people, on the beach, and.
So
I mean, you saw what we had to do.
yeah, and like obviously it was very influenced by like the skate games and the Tony Hawk series, and after a while, like it had been out for a couple weeks, and Tony Hawk saw the music video and like tweeted it and was like, this is super cool, and all of a sudden out of nowhere we got asked to play the X Games in Austin, and we're like, this is kind of weird, does this have something to do with Tony Hawk? And it did, so we said yes, and we went down, and Tony Hawk shows up in our green room and is like, guys, that video is super cool. And I was like, you have been fed a lie. I know who you are, and I don't know who any of the other characters in this game are.
Yeah, there were more people watching the water skiing squirrel than there were.
For sure. Yeah. And Tony Hawk introduced us on stage at the X Games. He was like, ladies and gentlemen, Joy Wim. And you could tell when he came out on stage and there were 11 people. He was like, I'm Tony Hawk. What did I say yes to? There aren't nearly enough people here for me to do this introduction. He was so nice,
Great.
but like it was just so funny to like.
It was his wife who had seen the video.
Yeah.
And told him to watch it. Yeah.
That's great. Joey, how was it playing the guitar while riding the skateboard?
Well, a lot
Lie.
Yeah, I think I was actually being pulled by something.
We were on a truck bed.
Yeah, we were on a truck bed. So very easy.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. We can move on to questions about somebody new.
Yeah, sure.
Anybody got any questions? We got one on the way back.
Whose idea was the glitch out?
The glitch out, I don't know. That was something we talked about. Yeah, Keith Schofield talked to us about it very early on, and he was like, "I've been wanting to do this thing with skating forever, and you know how the games glitch out." We're like, "Yeah," and he's like, "We should just make something that's objectively bad on purpose." And we're like, "Great, let's go."
Yeah, video game glitches in general have just always been really funny to us.
Yeah, we always. I remember we used to love the GoldenEye 64. In facility, he'd come up and be like, "It's time to leave, Dr. Doak," right? And the scientist would just run into the wall.
His square hand would drop.
He'd go like this,
Yeah.
and then a key card appears on the floor. Yeah. So it was a chance to, I guess, do a bit of that.
Any other questions about something new? We got one in the
Here,
front.
I'm coming to you. We're recording it so that the mic
Oh, it's
is
good to
going
have the
like
mic. Yeah, so we can have the audio recording.
I was wondering if there's any connection between the meaning of the song with the video.
I wish there was. I would tell you. Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
We could use this question. We could use this question on repeat for every music video.
yeah.
I'll raise my hand every time.
All right, cool. How about this one? Nah.
What about the next one?
Destruction.
Yeah.
Sorry, Frank.
It's fun.
This question isn't necessarily related to somebody new specifically, but when we're talking about video games and the backing up to Tongues, I know that that song was featured in Forza. And how do you guys determine, as a group, where you want to kind of take on those opportunities? I have a marketing background, so that's kind of my approach when I want to ask questions and stuff. So how do you determine what makes sense as a group, where you want to put your music out there in games or other things?
Yeah, I think that I don't know. I mean, I feel like if it's somebody's art and they feel good about it and it's genuine, I think that it's cool if they want to include our music, right? Because we're kind of on the same mission. There's been some times where we've said no to stuff. I remember there was a discount furniture chain in Canada that wanted to use Tongues, and I was like, no, thank you. And they were like, but we'll pay you. I was like, no, thank you. But yeah, I don't know. We just try to do the right thing. I mean, we have a record label, obviously, and a publishing company and stuff. So sometimes they're like, we got to do this because it's business. But I think generally we've been pretty lucky with that stuff.
Extremely lucky. I was just gonna say it's even better when it happens to be something we love.
Yeah.
Like a video game or Marvel. Or,
Yeah, or a casino, something we love.
Gambling. Yeah.
Good question. Any other questions about something new? I don't think so. Okay, we can move on to Destruction. What happened there? Troubadour.
Yeah. Destruction is actually one of my favorite videos, and I think for anyone who's ever been in a band in the 21st century, it probably feels pretty familiar. There's all these things that you can't do live unless you have some type of track accompanying you, unless you drive your whole studio to the place, right, and have 15 musicians playing with you and stuff. So we really loved the idea of the human being removed from the loop, which now is it turns out happening. But at the time we were like, what if the MP3 player just played our songs for us and we didn't even go anymore because it'll be perfect, right? It'll play it perfect every time. And what if the MP3 player became the star and the cult of personality? And it was really fun to make. We just made it on tour. Phoebe Bridgers was opening for us at the Troubadour that night, so it's funny that that's in time in our music video of Phoebe opening for us, because now it would probably be a co-headline thing.
This is also your longest music video.
It is, and you know what? We were watching that. I haven't seen
Forgot
this.
about double
I
shift.
totally forgot.
Years, and that happened, and we all died.
It started rolling, and I was like, "Is this like the whole thing?" And Joey and Steve were like, "I think so." And yeah, so Double Destruction's been going for a very long time, people.
8
Also-
minutes. Oh, go ahead.
Did you guys notice the Destruction backdrop at the,
Was it in there?
the Salt Lake City show
Nice.
at the very end?
That's cool.
That was the one I cut up.
Yeah, for the Swish final. Very cool.
Oh, many of you might have pieces of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Never eat it.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. Do we have any questions about Destruction? Yes, we have multiple. We'll do the microphone because it helps record the audio. Oh, we're gonna start here, and then we're gonna come back to you.
Everyone gets double questions on this one.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
I mean, my question kind of got answered, I guess, but I wrote down, as I was watching the Destruction video and watching the MP3 player progress into taking over the band and eventually the world, are you guys, as you guys are familiar with the music industry, do you think we can unfortunately apply this to AI in music?
Yes. Brave answer from me. Thank you.
Right here.
Hi, you kind of alluded to this at the beginning of your preamble, is when you're getting a song ready to play live, how do you decide which parts are gonna be on tape and which parts are going to be played live?
I think it comes down to like equipment availability, right? And like and personnel, because yeah, like I would love to have 15 people on tour with us, but we would need like 3 buses, and like it's just not.
And an orchestra.
And every ticket would cost $300 for like the bug jar.
I remember one time years ago, outside of a show in Boston, a guy came up to me and he goes, at the end of Tongues, he was like a little drunk and like upset. He was like, I didn't hear cowbell. Like, where was the cowbell?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
He called in sick tonight.
yeah, we don't have a cowbell player tonight. Like, I was busy. I don't know.
You were supposed to bring that to it, man. Yeah, it's like so much of the stuff that we do is just kind of like using a bunch of stuff in the studio and spinning knobs, and you're just recording the whole time, and you're like, let's get something truly crazy. Like on Permanent Pleasure on Graffiti Planet, there's this like crazy kind of synthy like rising thing at the end of the song, and it's actually like I think it's Paul's drums feeding back into a preamp, and I'm physically like modulating the frequencies as that's happening, which I couldn't do. There could not be another take of it, right? It's just that one time, could not do it again. It was just like a happy accident, and we all loved it. So it's like you can't do that. So yeah, I think it's just like you do what you cover the most stuff you can.
So is there any songs that are too difficult to do live?
Yes. I mean, there's been some times where we are recording something in the studio, and Paul is usually the one, since he plays the drums, where he'll be like, guys, how are we going to play this live? And I'm like, don't worry about it. We'll figure that out later. And then sometimes we figure it out, and sometimes we don't. And sometimes we just don't play a song live because there's not a lot real. Like we played Smokestacks, the last 2 nights, which was really fun. But like that's a song I did on my laptop in my parents' basement, right? Like 15 years ago. There's nothing real on. Like it's like essentially all keyboards, right? So it's like we're like, okay, well, what can we cover as a band? And it's interesting because like we try to not limit ourselves to like certain records are more guitar heavy or more organic, some are more electronic. But on the more electronic ones, like on Smokestacks, this guy's standing there with a guitar, like I have brought the wrong tool to it. So yeah.
Good thing you can play bass too.
He can,
Right.
and saxophone.
And saxophone. Oh yeah, that's coming. Any other questions? Yes.
Hey guys, I saw Alan Rolkis in that video.
Yeah.
Are you still in touch with Big Data?
Yeah, I talk to Alan a lot. Yeah.
Anything coming out? I've been waiting for years.
No. he's so far he is in Dadland and loving it, and he's doing some like film scoring and stuff, and I think he's been really enjoying that. He's done some like documentary scores. I think that's fun for him. I don't want to like speak for him, but he's like having a good time and engaging with music in other ways. I hope that he like makes something else eventually, and maybe he will. But
Well, tell him he still has fans out here.
all right, I will. You don't think we should have instantly nexted him?
Other one back here.
Yeah.
So speaking of sounds that probably couldn't be created on stage, what is the sound at the beginning of somebody new? I've always wondered what that little loop is.
Okay, it's my voice. I'm screaming into a microphone. I'm singing the notes, and then it has like a bunch of like Sound Toys plugins on it. Like it has Decapitator on there. I think it has Echo Boy on there. It probably has 3 Decapitators on there.
Oh, I just heard a woo for Decapitator.
Any Decapitator fans out there? Yeah, so that's what that is, and then yeah, I think it's literally just me singing it. Yeah.
Another one in the back over here. It's gonna take me 1 second.
This is a magic trick. He goes out the door.
Where did he go? He's back.
So, being at the Troubadour show, always been curious why you chose the Troubadour show to bring out the first Gen MP3.
Wait, hang on. You were there?
Yes, so I was actually the guy who had the concussion and he took a picture with and right before.
So it's in the lore.
You lived.
Yes,
That's awesome.
barely.
That's a 10-year weight off my shoulders. Yeah, I thought the lawsuit was coming for sure.
I didn't get the concussion at the show.
Okay, all right, cool.
It was a football concussion, lost memory.
Jeez.
But my sister brought me. She forced me. She was like, "You don't remember, but you're gonna regret it if you don't come." And so, going to that show, I always wondered why, what is this thing here? And then we see the video.
Yeah.
Just as someone who attended the show, that must have been very strange.
Yeah.
To just have
Yeah.
a replayer on a
Yeah.
school zone.
Was that the show that Ben played keyboard for 10
That
minutes?
was content. So that was 2 years later.
That was, you're right, that was a different record, okay. I just remember him playing the keyboard for 10 minutes straight,
Yes.
and we got off stage and people kept bringing him shots.
Yes.
And he went from completely sober to drunk in like 10
going to a
minutes.
place.
He was going to a place,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
right, he ended with it.
And he just kept going and going and going for like 18, 20 minutes.
Yeah, and on the mic he's like, I'm just getting started, people.
We were in the green room watching it.
Dying laughing, and people were waiting for us to come back out or something else to happen.
I was like changing and drying.
Yeah, that was awesome. That's not what you want to talk about though. The MP3 player. The MP3 player. Let's see. I mean, I think we made the bulk of that video in LA and Salt Lake City, so that's why it was just geography. Like I think Kilby Court is in the video, and I forgot that the Casbah in San Diego.
Yes, the Casbah.
And I actually
Salt Flats.
And the Salt Flats, yeah. I actually blacked out of my mind that we ever played the Casbah. Steve was like, "You played the Casbah?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "I guess so."
It's
I
real.
believe it. Yeah.
It was on video now.
Yeah.
Now it's the truth.
Yeah. Pre Sora, that
Yeah,
happened.
yeah, it's real.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great.
Thank you.
We have a question in the front row, and then we have another question over there. Matt, you're getting your steps in today.
One question for you guys: who has seen Destruction the most time?
It's actually not a destruction question.
Oh wow.
Oh, whoa.
And I get 2 because you said I got 2. So.
Okay, yeah, you can have 2.
So, are there any music video treatments that you really wanted to do over time that you didn't get to do?
Yes.
And the Now video you talked about 10 years ago, doing it like the Beatles coming to America.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to it?
We couldn't do. I forgot about that. Okay.
Deep cuts here.
All right. Okay. So 2 questions. Okay. First of all, treatments that we haven't done that we wanted to do. We wanted to do a music video during Cleanse where me, Paul, and Joey kept getting plastic surgery to improve our look. So like this is, I'll give you guys like the
opposite. That's a trip.
Right. So the video starts with me watching the Tongues video. Okay. And I'm reading the comments, and people are like, his butt looks terrible. He doesn't even have a butt. How does he even go to the bathroom? Right? And then I was gonna be like, hello? Can I schedule a surgery for butt implants? Right? And so then I was gonna get like a nice big butt. And then I was gonna come to practice. And Paul and Joey were gonna be like, you look different, you look really good. And then Paul was gonna be like, I've never really thought about like getting my lips done, but I think I should. And then Paul was gonna get huge lips, and we were just gonna keep getting more and more plastic surgery, and just keep being like, you look good, no, you look good, no, you look good. And no one would let us do that.
Did we have an idea for parade at one time?
No. We had an idea for, oh my god, what was, there was one during, we can talk about this when we get to Every Window, but, okay, put a pin in that, we'll talk about that when we get to Every Window, because there was another idea for that. And the second part, now, okay, so we tried to do this music video because, so Hollywood Records is our label. So Queen is on Hollywood Records. They own like the catalog and all of that. So we tried to do a music video for Now that was just clearly footage of Queen playing like their biggest like concerts ever with close shots of us, but like clearly it's a Queen concert, but it's just never addressed. And we had it like all ready to go, and they were like, Queen will not clear this. And we're like, why not? And so it didn't get made. Yeah. Yeah.
So for the MP3 player in Destruction, was there any music on it? And if so, what was on it?
I didn't even know how it turned on. Yeah. I remember when I worked at Staples, I used to have to sell things like that. And I remember we didn't have iPods at Staples. Like we only had like Zunes. And the Zune was like the nice one. But we had like Creative Labs, whatever, 128. And they'd be like, and the people at Staples would be like, all right, so when people come in looking for music, just tell them to get this. And I'd be like, I can't lie to people. So like, I'd be like, come over here. What you're gonna want to do is leave Staples. You're gonna want to drive down to Best Buy. You're gonna want to buy your kid an iPod so he doesn't hate you. Have a nice day.
Yeah. Because I think those MP3 players back then only could hold like 25
Yeah,
songs.
they were terrible.
Very plastic.
Yeah.
We have another question.
Hello, I had a question about Double Destruction. So was the music video credits the origin of it, or was that a continuation?
I think that was a continuation because so basically that whole thing started on tour because we were doing a lot of opening at that point in time, and we would be like first of 3 on the bill. So, people are still filing in, and we were first of 3 at like, 200 cap clubs, 300 cap clubs.
6-song sets.
Right.
At 6 p.m.
At 6 p.m., right. So people come in, they're just like, oh, this band is fine. So we would open with Destruction, and then I would say, that reaction from all of you was inappropriate. We just played one of the greatest songs ever written, and we will keep playing it until you react properly. And I would say, we've already talked to the Kooks or Bleachers or whoever it was at the time. We legally don't have to leave the stage until we feel satisfied. And people were like, oh, wow, this is an interesting legal twist. So we would do the song usually twice, and the second time people would be like, oh, okay, and they would remember the band that played the song twice. And then it started getting played 3 times.
What's the record?
7.
We were, okay.
New Jersey, yeah.
Yeah, Homedale, New Jersey. We were opening for 30 Seconds to Mars. And we played MSG the night before, like the arena, which was very cool. We were like, we can't believe we're playing MSG. And the next night was in Homedale at PNC Pavilion or something. It was like a Thursday, and our set time was like literally 6 o'clock. Like there were like 12 people there. And I was like, this is a waste of our time. So we walk out on stage, and somebody up front goes, play Freebird. And I was like, this is for you, buddy. And we played Destruction 7 times, and people thought it was funny, then they didn't think it was funny. Then they started going up to security guards, being like, they don't respect me, you should pull them off the stage. And so we kept going. We finished our set, and then the front of house person for the next band put Destruction on repeat. as the changeover music, and people were losing their minds. And then Walk the Moon played, and their guitar player just started playing over the tops of their songs. And I got a call the next day that was from our agent who was like, "You're gonna get kicked off the tour." And I was like, honestly, I don't think Jared Leto noticed. And I'm not really worried about it. I would love to go home right now.
I was there for our.
Yeah, he's never heard of us, man. I didn't get in trouble, and literally no one ever said anything to me. I still don't think he knows that happened.
Well, that was great. We can move on to, oh wait, we have another question? We'll do one last question for destruction, and then if you have other questions, you can keep going. It's over here.
Oh, there.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, you're doing great, Matt.
Hello. My question is about the MP3 player. So we know what happened to it in the context of the video, but what happened to the actual MP3 player?
I assume with a lot of dangerous, precious metals inside of it, it was probably properly disposed of and recycled, right? Yeah. I think we can all agree that's what happened.
Yes.
Let's talk about It's a Trip.
Great.
It's a Trip. It was obviously filmed in Lake Ontario, right?
That's right.
Yeah, so-
Charlotte Beach.
Yes.
That's right.
Was it Key Biscayne?
Does that sound right?
Sounds right.
I think it was Key Biscayne, right?
Miami Beach.
Where
Miami.
the cruise ships come into Miami there, yeah.
I remember the directors telling us that that Pitbull made music videos there, and that the girl riding the jet ski with me was from a Pitbull video, and I was like, that will work. Yeah.
Any other things that you remember from it?
Yeah, I remember Pitbull collaborating with Kodak.
Oh yeah, that's
That was
before my
cool.
time.
That was a lot of
You didn't
fun.
do that one? We
That
gotta
was-
get
that was
Pitbull.
shoot. That was my 30th birthday.
Yeah.
Mr. Worldwide.
On that shoot. I remember we wrapped on my birthday, and we had like a instructor for the wave runners because they got wave runners specifically.
Not jet skis, people, and they're
Paul can tell you the
computers.
difference between the two right now.
Let me tell you, they're called personal watercrafts. It's not like Kleenex and tissue. Like if you say jet ski, it means a jet ski. These were wave runners, which is a totally different vehicle. Wave runners can go in reverse.
Oh.
And that's why we got them for the shoot.
Yeah.
They can also go 0 to 70 in less than 4 seconds. So we had a handler the very first day, and we just were in the water practicing. And the next couple days, I think it was a 3-day shoot. The third day, we wrapped. I drove up to the instructor, and I basically was just like, hey, it's my birthday. Can I, because he wouldn't let us just, let her loose. And so I asked, and he let me, and I was like, thanks.
For your birthday.
Dropped Joey off on like the, camera boat.
I was like, I don't want to be a part of this.
Turned my wave runner to the sun and just, oh man, my skin peeled back. It was the craziest thing ever. Those things were so fun. I mean, we saw dolphins, what do they call them?
Manatee.
Manatees.
Oh, don't hit the manatees.
I remember seeing Paul riding into the sunset on his 30th birthday as we had just finished this video about getting older and older and dying. And I was just like, wow, it's happening right now. Yeah.
Another fun fact about that shoot is we did all of the makeup in reverse. So we started old and got younger throughout the day, and it was 4 hours of sitting.
Yeah, the call time was like 3:30 in the morning, and we were like, really? And then
And
we got,
do you remember the makeup happened at that like restaurant? It was like a
Yeah.
It was like a clam.
There was a family eating. The last look that I have in the video where like my eyes like closed and I'm like 150 years old, that's how I looked at the lunch break. So I was eating at catering, and there was a
like scary kid.
yeah, and there was a family of 4 people, and they were like, "Sorry, you have to eat in your makeup." And this kid kept staring at me, and the parents were like, "Don't stare."
How long did you have to
Eating
wear that
applesauce
makeup?
slowly? Like
Yeah. I mean, it was definitely shaking.
How long were you in makeup total? Like a full day?
Yeah, so long.
By the time we got to like the golden hour at the end of the day, so we could like we were ripping it off to our face because it was just
I will say it was not sitting to do makeup was not nearly as bad as to go back to somebody new real quick. The digital scanning we had to do for that. Holy moly. I had to stand with both my arms like this, like in a T shape, standing, I mean, for over an hour. And they had to bring poles out because your arms get like weak and like so tired from holding them out.
Yeah, and if you move like up, gotta start again.
Yeah, and they take like 360 photo, thing around you, but it takes like an hour for it to go around.
I bet that takes 30 seconds now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
At least you didn't have to be naked for that one.
That's true. I knocked that girl off the jet ski partway through the day.
Yes.
And I felt so bad.
They had to redo all her hair and makeup. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, we had to reset, and she had to get her hair and makeup done. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I was like scared to do a wave runner. It's like not really my like comfort zone. So yeah, I knocked her ass right off.
We could take some questions about It's a Trip. Let's do it.
Hi.
Next.
I'm requesting an answer from all three of you on this.
Great.
What do you got?
You have a lot of requests.
What was it like to confront the reality of your own mortality during the filming of this video?
Are you gonna bill me
I might.
for my answer? Yeah.
Depends on the answer.
Okay.
I mean, I thought it was great. I kind of looked in the mirror at one point and I was just like, I probably will look like this. I was fine with it.
Yeah, I think I was like, if this is my look, like I'm crushing it.
This isn't what I'm asking about.
I was like, I don't think I'm physically gonna look this good.
If
when I get
anything, I
there. My
questioned my
physical
mortality.
appearance was peak.
Yeah, if anything, I question it watching all these, like, especially how young we were,
I know, I was thinking shitty Joywave is about to get up on stage and hobble out there and
So
thanks for watching our video.
I had to wear a bodysuit.
Yeah, you
like
did.
a big, heavy, weighted suit, and I couldn't wait to take it off. So I don't want that to happen when I'm older, and I need to be conscious of that.
Yeah, Joey has the best hair in the band, so I remember them like giving him that like Benjamin Franklin look. And I was like, this is not what's gonna happen. Joey's gonna look great.
That was good. Great question. Wow, very
Thank
thoughtful
you for
question.
answering
You're
about
welcome.
your looks only and not your deaths.
You just have to answer an adjacent question. Okay. Yeah.
Hi, this is for Joseph Mornelli specifically.
Okay.
Did you have a specific inspiration for your acting in It's a Trip?
All right. If you know anything about me, like I said, the call time was 3:30, and I sat down, and the guy doing all of my makeup, I was like, "How you doing?" I'm Joey. He's like, "Hey, I'm so and so. I'm from Boston, and I love the Red Sox." And I knew I was gonna have to be in a chair with this guy putting makeup on me for the next 6-7 hours. So the look of like angst and discomfort was authentic.
My makeup artist literally like just worked on Batman. We like had the greatest time talking.
And I'm a Red Sox fan.
Yeah, they did like, I think mine did like Walking Dead or something. Yeah.
Oh, we also had great photos from that set. The skeletons were put all over set, like in cars and for pranks, and that was a lot of fun. That's great.
I just did David Ortiz's makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of that.
Another great question. Any other questions? Yes.
Hi, me again. I was wondering, were there ever any issues when the jet skis were just the skeleton?
Wave runners.
Sorry.
Please be respectful.
The
PWC.
personal watercrafts.
You know?
Were there ever any issues with the personal watercrafts like crashing into each other or something where it's just the skeletons on top?
The skeletons, I remember being an issue. There was somebody wearing a green suit.
Movie
a
magic.
morph
We
suit
had a
Yes.
green
on
screen
the back
person.
of the jet ski and like reaching around the skeleton and driving it. if I remember correctly.
I think that's right. I think when that was getting done, I was like in a room ripping everything off my face.
Oh yeah, because the makeup took another like 3 hours to take off.
Yeah, and then I remember the directors running back in, which Ghost Cow are the people who did that. They made a movie called Drunk Bus that they actually filmed in Rochester.
Yeah.
Yeah, which that's streaming on. What's it streaming on?
Prime?
It's on Prime. Okay.
It's on Prime.
Yeah. So they're like good buddies of ours. They did a music video for Cops called Hot, and they did the Dangerous music video too. So, but anyway, they came running back in, and they're like, "We gotta get back out there. The golden hour is amazing." And I was like, "I don't care. There's no way that I'm going back out there, and it's not gonna make the video better. Best of luck to both of you." And yeah.
You hit
No, I hit my limit.
Yeah, no, it
Yeah.
makes sense. I mean, you can only spend so much time
Yeah.
wearing makeup.
Yeah.
I guess. Anyways, any other questions? No? Let's move on to Doubt.
You got one?
Oh, we do have
Okay.
Sorry, I missed you. No, that's on us. That's on me. Yeah.
It's probably
Hi.
cold though. Hi.
Was there a reason why the lady in the video doesn't age, but you guys age?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like. Yeah, that's like a little old guy, like rock star, like commentary on like. I mean, that's not how like any of us think, but that's like a bit of. I don't know. You should check out like the Rolling Stones.
That's good. All right, we'll take that into the next one, which was Doubt. In 2018, many of you might know of the movie Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Yeah, so the guy
Get this,
that
guys.
directed
You're
that,
gonna love this. The guy who directed that.
this was his brother.
It's his brother, people. It's his brother. And how cool is that? Because if you can't get the real thing, get a sibling. They're probably just as good. And in this case, we'll see.
This music video was what, a day in a room,
Yeah.
essentially, with a mat.
And a Frenchman
Yeah.
who was yelling, "Do something crazy."
Yeah, there's no direction.
He literally just said, "Do something crazy."
There are times when we are recording in the studio and Dan is about to hit record. And I'm like, "What do you want me to play?" And he's like, "Do something crazy." And it's from that video.
We're being like, what? What do you want me to do?
I need you to be more specific. Yeah, like I could like commit a crime right now. And I would consider that to be crazy, but I don't think that's what you want from me. Yeah, so this one was just like, the guy was literally like, do some stuff, and we did some stuff. And then he sent us back a music video, like sometime later. And we were like, okay,
Doubt.
wow, you did it. And it was up there.
Yeah, it lasted.
It did.
We could take some questions about Doubt. Does anybody have anything?
How long were you in there doing something crazy?
Oh my god, it was so crazy.
It was a one-day shoot?
Yeah, it was a one-day shoot.
Probably 10 hours.
12 hours?
Yeah.
Joey still had to get up at 3 a.m.
They all start so early.
I remember having
magic out.
I remember having a horrible headache from just like swinging my head around like an idiot, and I was like, I'm gonna get a concussion, like of my own accord.
Yes, I remember going crazy on take one. He was like, "We still got 10 more takes of this, pal."
At some point, it did feel like a shampoo commercial. Falling backwards was fun. Other than that,
Wow, we should have licensed it to a shampoo company. That would have, yeah.
That's some good marketing right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
There's opportunity. Any other questions about Doubt? Oh, right here in the front.
Oh. Kind of on what you're saying about like the director not giving you anything besides go crazy. I was gonna ask this more about obsession, but do any of you guys like acting? Do you find it like fun or challenging? And then towards the director thing, have any directors given you like weird other things to kind of like notes on what to do?
I think we all love acting.
Okay, so I think it's fun, but I've like always had a thing where I never trust musicians who act. So like
none of us are
anytime-
actually actors.
Yeah,
We
but
just love doing it.
yeah, but like when like 50 Cent is like a musician, I'm like, oh wow, this guy's he got shot 9 times in the face. That's crazy. This guy's like the real deal, right? Yeah, in the face. That's like his whole story. And then he's like an actor. I'm like, wait a minute. Was he acting the whole time? So then I like stopped like believing that like the music was anything other than acting. So like I'm like kind of averse to it, but like I do think it's really fun in music videos. But I don't know, if someone like I really liked wanted me to do something, like I would think about it, but I just can't think of too many like musicians who are acting where I'm like, cool. You know, remember when Justin Timberlake was like, I'm in The Social Network. $1 billion is cool. I was like, are you telling me NSYNC wasn't real? You know, that wasn't your baby? Bummer.
Reverse question for you though.
Yeah.
Was your hair inspired by Paul's hair in Death?
Yes, and I think I've told them.
Was it really?
Yeah, I've told you about it. The first
I guess you sharing your story about Paul influencing you didn't really resonate with me. That's interesting.
Anyway, so
I had my hair dyed like the day before that shoot too. If you look really close, you can see purple all over my neck.
it should have been an ad for hair dye.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
there you
that would've
go.
been
You should
good.
also see my sheets and pillows at the hotel.
I forgot about that. Do you like acting, Joe? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I think I would keep it to music videos.
Yeah, I think you're good at it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I think there's a music video that's coming up that you all act in essentially. So we can hold questions.
Okay, about acting. Well, I also want to say, as things went and I watched it chronologically, I was like, look at us go by the end. I was like, these guys are getting way better at acting. Like tongues, we just look scared. There's so many naked people around. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Well, the next one is Like a Kennedy, and I feel like that one answers the question really well of the music video the song influencing the music video and that tie-in, right?
Yeah, and I always think that those things kind of like rhyme. Like they're not really saying like the same thing. Like, you know, the song is kind of this like burnout of like the news cycle and being inundated with information all the time. And that's how I felt in 2018. Now I feel better. But yeah, the video I think is more like kind of about like cyclical violence and, you know, taking a historical thing and just putting it on steroids and repeat like everything has become, and it happens, wash it away, reset it, and watch the same thing happen again and don't change a thing.
Yeah.
It's a bummer.
How was filming that music video? Were all of you there, or was it just
It was
Joe?
not a bummer.
I stayed home.
You stayed home for this one.
Paul stayed home. We actually went to the UK to make that.
Wow.
So it was an expensive one to do. We shot it on a retired RAF base in like Oxfordshire or somewhere near there. It was near where Winston Churchill was born. And I found out when I was there that the day that I was born, my uncle, who was in the Air Force, was stationed there, like as an active duty, like Air Force person. So I talked to him that day, and he's like, "That's crazy." I'm like, "Yeah, they just make movies here now, dude. Cold War's over." Yeah. So, what do you remember about it?
I remember telling myself in the car, I will never be this cold again in my life. Because between takes, they'd have to come with these big, massive blankets, cover us up while they went and like reset the shot. And then they're like, all right, it's time to run again because it's all one take.
Yeah.
So we'd have to do it, and we'd get 3/4 of the way through, and they'd be like, something hit. The steering wheel jerk. Yeah, so we had to go do it all again.
There were so many takes, and they were all one takes. And then I'm not a real like physical kind of guy, so they're like, act like you got shot. You gotta like move hard. And I'm still thinking about my concussion from the last music video, right? And I'm like, I will move the best that I can, but I am not going crazy for this, right? So they'd be like, you have to do more. You have to do more. And I had to move hard, Steve.
Yeah. No,
It was.
I mean, you sold it to me.
It was good. It was tough. And I remember the girl who is like the Jackie Kennedy sort of figure in the video. She's an actress, and what was the movie she was in a couple years later? It was like the Meg 2, The Trench or something. Yeah, she's in that movie. So it was on in a hotel room a few years later. We were like, we should watch a little bit of this. So we did, but I thought that was cool.
There was something with the car too.
Yes.
The car is like...
It's the exact car like from 1963.
Wow.
And, the exact make and model.
Right.
But they had they got it back out. Sure, guys. Yeah. Queen said no, but this is okay. Yeah. We imported it from, or not we, but they brought it in from Germany to the UK specifically for that. And this like collector had it, and it's like one of a couple in the world. But yeah, so that was cool.
How was playing the guitar, standing up and playing that guitar solo?
Well, you remember what I just said about how it was really cold?
Yeah.
We'd have to reset a take if something went wrong. So we were going pretty fast, and when I would fall and we'd have to reset the take and I'd make everybody cold again, I'd be like, this is the worst.
I don't even remember that. I always just loved that there would be the most inappropriate guitar solo ever. of just like, it's like this hellscape on repeat, and just like, why don't you get up and take a solo? I always loved that.
Well, good thing you wrote the song that way to fit
Yeah.
that right in there.
Yeah.
Do we have any questions about Life of Kennedy? We got one in the way. We got two in the way back.
Hi. When you were making this video, were there any like thoughts or hesitation about recreating a tragedy like that? Like, were you worried about getting canceled over this video?
I thought that we were using like a societal collective trauma to make a point that we thought was like for good and important. Like we weren't like making light of it. So to me, I wasn't really worried about that. I mean, there were some people who I went on like Evan Dawson's show on the NPR station here and talked about it, and there were a couple older people who called in who were like really upset about it, and like to them, like that probably feels like 9/11 feels to me or something, right? Where it's like really visceral and like like I don't know, it's one of those things where like if you lived it, it's like, please don't bring that back up, please don't invoke it. But it felt like we were doing it in a way that was making a necessary point, I guess. Yeah.
Cool. Going off of that, is there an alternative version?
Nope, that's the only one.
And next
Just
question.
wondering.
Next question. Any other questions about Life of Kennedy? Right here. Oh, we got a couple on this side.
You said before there was like the green person, the green on the wave runners. Was there something like that when the driver was down?
No,
the car was actually being pulled.
Okay.
Yeah, they just edited that out.
It was Waymo before Waymo.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, there's one. Oh, yeah. There's one over here too.
I'm just wondering why you sat out. You could have been the driver.
Or the woman.
I was looking close to see if that was you. I was like, wait a minute. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know why I wasn't invited.
I think it was like a cost thing. Like that was like, labels used to spend so much money on music videos, and over time, like they've spent less and less and less because people like, there's no MTV, right? There's no vehicle for these other than just on YouTube for people to share. And we did it internationally, so international flights were super expensive and stuff. So they were just like, Dan and Joey, you guys go do it. But I think Paul would have made an amazing driver.
We're gonna do one more question for Life of Kennedy so that we can keep it moving too. But yeah, right here.
Hi. So how did they film it? Did they use like a drone, or was it like a couple like cameras on cranes?
Joey, this is a good.
Yeah, it was we were being pulled, and they had a crane unit on there, and full motion, just yeah.
was it distracting, like having this thing moving around you?
It was. It got a little close sometimes.
Yeah,
but-
that's what I was gonna say. You had the
Yeah.
duck underneath. and-
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
But I mean, those shots. I mean, that one is really beautiful how it's shot and just like the constant movement. So.
Yeah. Then it started raining, so they had to cover it, and they were like, oh, it's gonna freeze and lock up. But
in the end,
it worked out.
It worked out. Well, let's move on to Obsession to keep this pace going. Personally, this might be one of my favorite ones because there was some involvement. I used to work at Kodak before this, and this one was shot. on-
Take a bow, Steve.
Oh no.
I hooked them up with the film for this one.
Oh, okay. Well, no, but no, we ended up sharing
Yeah.
this on
Yeah.
our social media because you did
Yes.
a lot of behind the scenes. You shot a lot of photos on
Yes,
film.
that's
too,
right. We did, yeah.
Which was really great. So it was a really cool Rochester tie-in, even though this was filmed West Coast, but it was just a really cool tie-in in that way. And so, but yeah, out of this one, I mean, I think this one was shot really beautifully. I mean, there's so many great ones, but this one, personally, I'm
thank you.
biased. Yeah. But for this one, if you could turn any of those little vignettes or trailers into a movie, which one would you choose? Mamba, Black Mamba, White Mamba.
My favorite title, I think, is One or Two Things About Annie.
Yeah, that's a good
I just
one.
think that's so funny for some reason.
There's also Paul Brenner's Fatal Velocity. I love that.
Suburban Splendor. When I'm sticking
Yeah.
up to
Suburban
it.
Splendor,
I want to know what that movie's about.
Yeah.
I think Paul's the only one who knows what it's about. You're paid for it, dude. That was just natural.
Yeah, I should write it.
Yeah. My favorite title is Time Assassins, and that is because whoever used to have to like circle with the van and waste time because there's nowhere to park, we would be like, oh cool, you're playing Time Assassins. I don't know, I feel like all of Ben's always like got me, like the one where he's like in the military, because like Ben
Helmet 2,
yeah.
1, 2, or 3.
Yeah.
3.
Because like he's like a very not serious person, but like his like natural state is like very serious.
Yeah.
So seeing him in like military garb was like there, like it couldn't be further on the inside, but on the outside you're like maybe. Yeah.
The locations on that.
Oh yeah,
were
beautiful.
Insane.
Yeah,
We
so
went
cool.
everywhere. I mean, the airport I think was my favorite. They had so many different planes. There's like a tiny little scene where I like put a helmet on and they close like.
You got to get in the jet, right?
And they could close the window. Like
That's cool.
Childhood dream.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
every kid's dream right there. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the hotels in there, the one where Paul's like chasing after the car, that burned down, and the fire, the LA like wildfires, they like deleted like several spots that we've shot over the years. So,
See it on there?
yes, that was like the Topanga.
Oh, Canyon.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was.
Oh, I love when Joey's outside the bank with the mask.
Yeah. What are you doing with you?
Yeah. He's a great natural actor right
Yeah,
there.
That's the
one-
best one.
I think that's true. I think that's true. And this one, what did we won like a UK music video award for it, for like the international category, like best international video. or something.
We didn't, but
Well, no.
Well, the
you're
video
you're
did.
a part of it.
You're in
right, right.
It
And
wouldn't.
I like receiving awards, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know what though? They didn't send us like a physical one.
You should call them.
Well, international shipping, and probably like that's like $50.
And tariffs too.
And tariffs. Imagine getting an award that you have to pay tariffs on. That'd be cool. I'd pay him.
How many song titles? Because this came out before the album came out.
Yeah.
So this came out before Possession.
Yeah.
And so you hid. There was a lot of Easter eggs in
Yeah.
here. I'm sure a lot of people noticed, but a lot of the song titles. I mean, what is it? You got Coming Apart was there. Half Your Age, Obsession, obviously. Fear. Funny Thing About Opinions. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah.
What was it? There's also Mr. Eastman's something, right?
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
that in there. So yeah, that's it's a fun little Easter egg.
There's a lot of them in there. Yeah, this one I think was shot over like 2 weeks. We were out there a lot, and it was so fun. So like the guys who made it, Dimitri Cooper and Laura, are like, they're amazing at what they do. They're like film only. They're so like they're like true creative brain people. Where like we were in the middle of the desert shooting, and they spent the entire budget on like film, right? And we're like, hey, did you guys like bring water? And they're like, I remember Coop going, I knew I forgot something. And we're in the middle of the desert shooting. And I'm like, dude, the only thing
Craig from the label had his work cut out for him on that shot.
yeah, and so every so often, like the label would be like, sorry guys, just get in my truck, I'll turn on the AC for you. Like, because they were just like, but it was awesome, and they shot for, like, we were there for I think a week doing it, and then they weren't even close to being done. Where they're just like, we want to shoot all this other stuff with actors for like the other titles and stuff.
Yeah.
So they shot I think another like 2 weeks without us to get all of that, and it's so crazy. And I think that's probably, I don't know, maybe that and Like a Kennedy are my favorite videos that we've done.
Yeah, that's great. Any questions about Obsession from the audience? Yes, we got one in the middle here.
Thank you. My question is, if you guys were to make a movie from one of the songs, who would you like to star in the movie alongside
Jared
you?
Leto.
Is there anyone else besides Jared?
Just me and him, baby. Me and him for 2 hours, sorting it out, chatting, talking about our summer.
Anybody else have
I don't know. Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage? Oh, yeah, that's
So good.
And funny thing about opinions.
What did we watch? The Unbearable.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
Yeah, good.
It was so good. Yeah, that was
Weird.
awesome. So good.
This is more like general like actor related.
Sure.
But the other night someone posed a question to me. If you could recreate any of your music videos with all Muppets, which one would it be?
Tongues.
Yep, that's right. Look at those little Muppets go.
They're already naked anyway, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you have another one.
Yeah, no, definitely Tongues.
Thank you.
I'd like to see it.
Yeah, it'd be funny.
Hello.
Hey.
Were there any real films referenced in the making of the video, and what was the inspiration?
They always just felt like genres to me, like genre trope kind of things. Like I felt like there was like some, like where the guy's choking me out in the plane. I felt like the guy was a Bond villain, and he acted like one.
They did a lot of those like big epic ones at the beginning, like
Yeah.
Face of the Argonauts, and
Yeah.
I think just more genres.
Yeah, I don't know specifics, but I'm not like a film buff. Like I couldn't even come up with the name of the one Nicolas Cage movie I watched this year. So
That's a great question, though. Any other questions? We'll do two more here because then we should keep going.
Just being from Rochester, I want to know, was it filmed on Kodak film?
yes, it was. So so the three that were filmed on it's all Kodak film. Yeah,
All made here in Rochester.
which is made in Rochester, right?
All made in
Yeah, which
Rochester.
is cool.
All of Kodak film in the world is made right down the street.
Yeah.
So, yeah, clap. That's what we clap. That's what
I'm gonna break the rules a little bit and ask a question about Like a Kennedy.
Sure.
You do it.
Because you said that was also one of your favorite videos.
Yeah.
But you like basically never played that live.
Yeah.
So is there a specific reason you never play it, or?
We've played it.
During that. Yeah, it kind of got like deleted by COVID, like everything, right? Like we didn't tour the Possession cycle at all. Like we played some of those songs before. Like I think the tour we did with Bastille, we played Like a Kennedy. We would open with that.
I saw you play it at Bug Jar once, but that was like a one-off show.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
We've played it more times than Smokestacks.
That sounds right.
We'll do this as the last question for this.
Cool.
Hey, I'm just gonna join in on the nudge. You should bring Like a Kennedy back.
Okay. Right. Noted.
Add it to the list. We can move on to Half Your Age.
Sure.
All right, Half Your Age. That one, very interesting.
Yeah.
Do you want to?
Sure. Yeah. We
Brush It All.
Brush It All.
.com.
Brush It All. Yeah, we were. We finished the song and we were just kind of like thinking about the lyrics and then brush it all. We're like, it sounds like a medication or something. And we were like, we should just make a pharmaceutical ad and find someone who does that. So we did, and
Wait, the director is somebody that
Yeah.
usually does.
yeah, who does pharmaceutical ads? Yeah. So the label people went out to like directors and was like, okay, Joyway wants to make this like pharmaceutical ad video, and he got in touch and was like, yeah, I make pharmaceutical ads. I would love to make fun of them. So
Do we know if this person's gotten hired for
I
pharmaceutical
don't
ads?
know. I mean, they don't
Since
usually put their names on the
Right.
Skyrizi ads.
Yeah, you end up in a pharmaceutical ad directed by.
Yeah. Brought to you by the slow roll.
Yeah, the slow credits.
We did the skip ad button on the side so that people would think that they were like that they weren't seeing the video until we're like in it, and the amount of people like friends who would like text me and be like that skip button got me.
Yeah.
I was clicking it for 5 minutes and I thought YouTube was broken. Yeah.
No, that's good. Any questions about this one? We got some in the back here, one right here. Sneak around back, Matt. Yeah, and he's out one door and in the next.
Hey.
Hey.
So I know you said that the director for like the pharmaceutical ad was a big part in that video, but did they come up with a side effect, specifically purple toe syndrome?
Yes, I don't think we
arrived
came
at
up.
that conclusion instead of like hair loss or something else undesirable.
Yeah. I don't remember. I honestly, when that video started, I was like, we did make this.
I remember playing a lot of basketball. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember the set was really cool. They had like dozens and dozens of pre-made up rooms of all different like genres that you could think of. Like, do you need a bathroom? Here's a bathroom, you know?
Yeah, so it was all one like warehouse where all those places were in there, and they use it for like Law and Order and stuff. And so anytime when there's like a network TV drama that I like catch in the corner of a doctor's office or something, I'm just like, do I know that courtroom?
Were you crying in the corner of this?
Is this the
doctor's
only
office?
courtroom I've ever been in?
It was all like grid
Yeah.
and standalone little rooms, you know, like I said.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
No, good question. We have another question up here. Yeah, Matt give us that.
I'm thinking about the meaning a little bit of the song, and I'm just wondering, looking back, are there any songs that you guys wish you had made a music video and didn't?
They're so fun to make. I would make
Now.
a million.
Yeah, it's funny. It always just comes down to like the cost, because like they're so expensive to make, and
We've been very lucky in that.
yeah. I mean, I think we were making like relatively expensive videos still when everyone else had like given up on them. So I don't know. I mean, I definitely would like to do it more, but like I just wish there was a place besides like YouTube that people could watch them or like appreciate them. Because I mean, people obviously like spend all day on YouTube, but it's like it's like everything is sitting next to each other, right? It's just like the content stream of all of reality is right there. So why are you gonna watch a music video, right? Like if it's like coming to you, if you turn on a TV station or something and it's like, I understand I'm gonna be receiving music videos. That's one thing. When you're like, you start in one place and then like an algorithm guides you down to like, here's why we should overthrow the government in Brazil. You're like, what is happening? What's happening? How did I get here? Yeah.
Good question. We have another question about this one? No? We're gonna move on then. Blank slate.
Yeah.
That's the next one. You have a little jet ski reference. Oh, I meant wave runner.
Thank you.
At the beginning, see, I did it too.
I was gonna let that one go.
No. Don't give me a pass. But you have that in the beginning. How did this one come to be?
Let's see. We really were like, why doesn't anyone do claymation anymore?
Good question.
And I think the answer is because nobody does it. And
Nobody can make it.
right, yeah, it's crazy. And there's like this one guy who does it, and he had done some little thing for Marvel that we saw, and we got in touch and we were like, would you want to do a video, and we like want these Easter eggs in it, And that was for our record Possession, which there's this like kind of theme of like the golden record that NASA like affixed to the front of the Voyager space probe, like launching it into space, and just gets further and further away from the Earth. And we really like that perspective of just like, the Earth is the pale blue dot, and all of our problems are this big, right? Like as much as it's overwhelming for us all the time, and we're constantly told what is wrong, or like, you're supposed to, your hair's on fire and it's supposed to be on fire, and if it's not, you're a bad person, right? Like, it's important to like give yourself that grace sometime and be like, you know what? I'm just gonna chill and accept that like the Earth is really this big inside of all of this other stuff. So we wanted to tell that story a little bit, I guess, of like, we can't send a real Voyager out, but we can send a claymation one.
And part of the Easter egg is the patch kind of shows up in there, and you had a lot of patches from that album.
Yeah, we have little mission patches and stuff, which is cool. And Evan did the artwork for that record, which is super cool.
Great job. Do you guys have anything else you want to add to Claymation Blank Slate?
I remember meeting the director for the first time and shaking his hands, and his hands were like red and purple and green. Just working on it.
Play-Doh.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, man, you've been working. He's like, yeah, it's a lot of clay. I'm like,
That's great. That's why he still does it.
Yeah.
Oh. Paul, do you have anything on it? No? Okay.
I love claymation.
Yeah. Wallace and Gromit. Yeah.
I'm just curious, how much direct involvement did you have in the actual production of the claymation?
None.
Okay.
None at all.
Yeah, we were like, here's the story we want to tell. We have all these Easter eggs throughout the band's history. Like, can we get some of those in there? And he did it, and it took him like a month, which is insane. And like Joey said, he came and hung out one day, and he's a wild guy. Like, he's awesome, super nice, but just like so creative and so I love clay. And Paul loves clay too, as he just said. Yeah.
What do you think was more difficult to pull off, the claymation or the incredibly advanced CGI on somebody new?
Boy, I don't know. You got to adjust for time, right? We could make that somebody new video in a second now. The claymation is still that's practical. So yeah. I mean, it was easier for me to do the claymation one because I just stayed home.
Okay, hi guys. The question about the claymation and the Easter eggs. There's like the Zubaz colored planet. Did you like specifically ask for the Bills colors? Go Bills.
No, but go Bills.
They won today.
Did they?
Okay, thank you for the update. Yeah, we need to
I wasn't too worried, but it did look like a classic trap game on the schedule.
It
right?
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like a trap game. All right. Any other questions about Blank Slate and Claymation before we move on to our second to last music video? Okay, we're moving on. Every window is a mirror.
Great.
What do you got? What do you got? You melted in that one.
Oh man.
Well,
okay. So
did you melt?
do you guys remember COVID? Because that sucked.
What?
We couldn't go anywhere or make any music videos or anything. We were trying to be safe, and there were rules and regulations too. And when we recorded Possession, we released it on March 13th, 2020. Which, like, you guys may remember that Monday you didn't go to work. And we were like, oh my God, we just like shit this record into the void that we just spent years making. And it turned out to be really cool because people had a lot of time on their hands, and they were like, maybe I'll get back into music or like check out what's happening. And a lot of people found us during that time and found that record and connected with it, which was awesome. But instead of going on tour, we just kind of went right back into the studio and started recording Cleanse. And we had to do that even remote. Like, me and Paul got together to track drums and wore masks, and we're in separate rooms. And Joey was recording at his house, and he would just send me the parts, and I would plug them in. So we weren't in the same room to make that record, like almost at all, other than
We FaceTimed.
we would FaceTime between rooms, yeah. So when it came time to make the music video for Every Window, we could do very little. So I think you could have a few people on a production, but it was like limited to 5, and there was like, you know, it had to be a big open space. So we shot that at RIT, and they have a beautiful studio there that's like amazing and
Magic Spell.
yeah, it's awesome. So the director was in LA and was on Zoom watching, telling us what to do. So I mean, almost the entire video is CGI. Like I'm not in that room. They just filmed my face like mouthing the words and then melted a head in LA and like put it together. But this was pre-vaccine, so none of us could get the shot yet. But all of our parents were eligible, so they had all gotten vaccinated like 4 weeks before. So we tried to have our parents film the music video for us, and like they can't play instruments. So we were like, you guys just go make the video because it'll be safe.
I still think that would have been awesome.
And everyone, all the overseers were like, that's not funny. And we were like, yes, it is. They're the only ones who can get the shot. If you can get us the shot, we'll get together and like go, you know, do this. But so just I went and we did all the COVID tests and stuff, and they had to do that remote and in post, and we couldn't make any other videos because
So in a way, like the environment and the constraints forced that sense of creativity. Like what was able to come from it? It's shaped by the constraints of
I mean, I don't think we would have made Cleanse when we did either if it weren't for, I mean, we were recording it, like 4 months after Possession came out? We were like recording it.
You're like in it.
You think we would be on the road?
Right.
Yeah, and it took a while to come out just because it came, like they released a couple songs as an EP first, and then it ultimately came out because we wanted to be able to go back on the road and tour and support it and people to see the live show and the whole like car wash thing that we had planned and all of that. So, yeah.
Who was calling on the phone at the end?
I don't know. I never answered it.
Yeah, just sitting there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You hear it ringing and nobody answers it.
Yeah. Jeez.
Does anybody have any questions about every window? We got one on the way back here and over here.
It's the CDC. Stop what you're doing.
Not allowed. Shut it down.
So you mentioned there that you shot that, or you were physically at RIT for that. I'm just wondering, is there other locations in Rochester that you'd like to do future videos in?
Eastman's office?
Yes. Eastman's office. I don't know. We did.
Get us in there.
So there's like a kind of video that we shot for our song Content that Steve and Evan did with us at the Kodak World Headquarters. We shot that on Super 8, right? Yeah. So that we were like, should we show this or should we not show it? It's like kind of like in between a music video and a visualizer. So we did film that in the Kodak World Headquarters, which was super cool.
Going to a place too was kind of like a pseudo, like it was visualizer, but had some elements of.
It was like the Braddock's Bay area.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what they are right now, but if you know what they are, you should tell me later. Yeah.
This is more of an observation, but I'm curious your commentary on it. This felt like a return to the form of the Joywave theme of let's take Dan's face and fuck it up a bit. I remember when this came out, it was like, well, there's the How Do You Feel Now cover, and then there's multiple music videos where it's just like some sort of distortion of your face, and then this one was like, oh, let's melt it. Is that something you're conscious of, or does it just keep coming up?
No.
You know, I honestly had never thought of that.
Yeah,
I think it's one of the tentpoles of the Joywave brand at this point.
Yeah, I guess we're getting into that like Phil Collins territory, which I faced like 15 times in a row.
Postmodern Phil Collins.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question. Doubt kind of messes with it.
Yeah.
Any other questions about this one? Oh, we got one up here. This will be the last question for every window, and then we're going to move up to the last music video.
Alright, so besides the Sin City 2000 video you guys mentioned earlier, are there any other songs from Cleanse that you want
I didn't say it was for Sin City 2000. You said that.
I know that from the district.
And now I remember that I did say that. Okay.
Were there any other music videos that you would like to have made from Cleanse, and which songs or any concepts that you would have liked to touch on?
Yeah, I wanted to do something for We Are All We Need where like we filmed it like in a car wash actually, like not just inside the car but like played in one, because I was like that would be kind of fun, and like you could play with like this like infinite car wash kind of thing and go. And yeah, it just like wasn't possible. Yeah.
Cool. We're gonna move on to Scared. This is the last one. Last of the music videos that we shared today. This one was also shot on film, made in Rochester. It was filmed in Los Angeles, right?
Yes.
You guys were there for.
We were not there. We were there. So it's part that was taken from a short film. We made a short film for our album Permanent Pleasure, which we screened here last year. Did anyone come to that? Cool. Thank you for coming back. So yeah, that whole thing was shot on film, which was fun. And we were like, that one we were like, we have to shoot it on film because Rochester and like it'll look cool. And Dimitri and them made it, who also made the Obsession video. So they made the Scared video and the Permanent Pleasure short film, but we spent like the entire budget on film.
And the cat.
Yeah,
the star.
You waste so much film trying to think. I don't know how many of you guys have cats, but I think like 70% of like my photo library and my phone storage is me waiting for my cat to do something. I'm like, do it right now. Do it, I'm gonna send it to Evan. And so they had to do that with film. You know, like trying to predict what the cat's gonna do is like very difficult.
Yeah.
That's why the spider shot always impressed me so much.
Yeah, for brain damage.
That was brain damage.
Yeah, it was brain damage, yeah.
That's right. The whole album's a music video.
Yeah, which we always want to do, and it was we were like, should we just show the whole like 16-minute? No, we shouldn't. We showed the 16-minute destruction.
Yeah. Double destruction.
Yeah.
Joey, anything on Scared for you?
I just love the tone of it. You know, the grain. It's all
the
about
colors. Yeah, it's rich,
yeah,
vibrant.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can't beat it. Then
It's fun. I just you guys know I like cats, but I like just the battle of the cat and the fear, right, of the vacuum cleaner back and forth for the video is great.
The tension.
Yeah, it's the antagonist, the vacuum cleaner. It's fun.
And this one goes back. This one influenced by the song.
Yes.
There's a tie-in here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, it's good. Do we have any questions for this? Yeah. Okay. Start right here.
Was your cat financially compensated?
That cat ate so much churu. So much churu. So we got to meet that cat. Its owner brought it to like a hotel room to meet us when we were doing a photo shoot for the record. Yeah, and that cat was so cool. Like it's not an actor cat. It's like their friend, the director's friend, have this cat.
I didn't know that. That's
amazing. And they were just like, I think my cat would do it. And the cat was just like, yeah, fine with it. It laid on the bed with us. Like it got into this like seedy motel bed and was just like, yeah, this is mine now. It didn't hide at all.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so it got paid in churu. Yeah.
Yeah, they must have been happy the cat finally got a job.
Yeah.
Finally can contribute.
Buy your own
rent.
churu.
Yeah.
Hi again. So I just had a question. I noticed you brought up the fact that instead of like the whole 16-minute short film, which I watched, amazing.
Thank you.
Instead of you guys did Double Destruction, what was the choice there for Double Destruction instead of the short film?
For today.
Oh, for today?
Yes.
Today was we forgot that there was a double destruction. Yeah. Oops.
We're
gonna
do here and over.
What was your spark for Scared?
For the video?
No, for the song.
For the song? Just like being young and like feeling like that fear around intimacy and like there's this like, I don't know, I feel like male intimacy culture is like super toxic, like especially when I was growing up. I mean, I think it like still is, and there's just like not room for like, or it feels like there's not room for like just being like nice and vulnerable and like nervous around that stuff. And so I just kind of wanted to make like a positive version of that, or maybe an unsure version of that, because there's just so many like ooh baby like R. Kelly songs that, and I'm just like, that has never been my experience. So like I'm just like, now I know that that's okay, and like I want like other people to know that's okay, or younger people to know that that's okay too.
Diva to work with?
No, Master Peach was amazing.
That's the cat.
Yeah, that's the cat. Yeah,
That's Master Peach.
Master Peach. Yeah, no, totally great. Let us pet him. Just really cool dude. I was just mad that like I couldn't take him home. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, he did require multiple takes sometimes.
He did.
The
That's
music
true.
video, but
Master Peach burned a lot of film.
It
Yeah.
happens to the best of us, you know. So, yeah.
We gotta
Cool.
forgive him.
Yeah.
Was the decision to base Permanent Pleasure around a lot of cat imagery made before or after the short film?
Before, like, I just think that like Cat's levels of like Zen master is like admirable, and feeling, I talked a little bit about how I was feeling in like 2018, like writing like a Kennedy or talking about possession, and it's like by the time we're recording Permanent Pleasure, it's like the world is on fire, right? It's like on steroids, and I'm like, I can't do anything about this, and I'm like thinking, this is, everything is collapsing around me, like what a crazy time to be alive. And I'm like looking at my cat like laying in a sunbeam, and I'm like, oh my god, like he gets it. Like,
The image of the cat in the sunbeam came like before the record was done, I feel like.
Yeah.
We were talking about that before we had even finished it.
yeah, we knew that's what the visual would be, and I love the first thing we released from it was Brain Damage, and the art for Brain Damage is this like brain comet, like about to hit the earth. And I love too if you saw that first and you see the cat in the sunbeam, you're like a little bit like, is that a sunbeam? Or is that right? It's like at the same exact angle, and you can kind of like debate that. But either way, the cat is just like, I'm not worried about anything outside of the beam. And the artwork, there is nothing outside the beam, right? Like you can see the beam, you can see the cat, you can see the carpet, and you can't see anything outside of that. And I don't think that should be people's perspective all the time. I think that's really bad, but like giving yourself that sometimes I think is like necessary. Otherwise you go crazy, and all this stuff is like out of your control. So it can be tough to get through the day if you don't give yourself that grace, I think.
Again. So when you were writing Permanent Pleasure, did you have the short film in mind, or was that born out of listening to the album?
I mean, it's born out of the album art and telling the story between the two, like the artwork of Brain Damage and the artwork of the main album cover. And I think we were working on that with this artist named Ruben from the UK, the artwork. And I think they kind of arrived at the same time, where we're like, what if the beam isn't necessarily good, but it's still warm? And that's kind of the arc of the of the short film.
That's great. You got one up here?
Just kind of piggybacking off what you guys have been saying about like the concepts of the record. Do you have a concept before you start writing, or does it kind of come as you're writing? Like Possession's about space, kind of the car wash theme on Cleanse, the cat theme on this, or does it come during the recording, or you kind of have something laid out in ahead of time?
I think it varies. Like, I don't think we say it has to be one way or the other. I think usually it shows up by partway through.
Sometimes before.
Yeah, sometimes before. Like, I think the only one where it didn't come together until after was How You Feel Now, because that's just a collection of where I'm like, these are the best songs that I wrote in these years, and there's like a saying of like you have your whole life to write your first record and 18 months to write your second one, right? So that's like a really wide range of life. And when we finish recording that, we're like, all right, well, these are the songs that we feel really good about, and it's like, well, what do they all have in common? And it's like, I kind of wrote these in this time post-college where I'm like, what is my life about, right? And that kind of became the box that goes in, whereas all the other ones, I think we knew at least loosely where we were headed, or certain songs that become cornerstones of the record. You're like, that's what this one deals with, so how do they all fit together? Like, I don't think any of our records are like true concept records. Like the Best Friends record, The Mall probably is, but everything else is like, there's like maybe like a vantage point of it lyrically or things sonically that tie things together, but yeah.
All right here.
I already have it. What was your kind of thought process behind the name of the album, Permanent Pleasure?
Nothing more permanent pleasure than a cat in a sunbeam. I think we knew what the visual was first, and then we worked backwards from that. Yeah.
Do we have any last? We'll wrap up. Oh, we have two more.
Got one here in the middle and then.
Oh, there's one in the back.
I was just wondering, like when you're putting together an album, how many songs do you write, like in total, and then how do you pick through the ones you want to put on the album?
Sure. Okay, so I think we get things to a place where they're at least like in demo form for 20 songs or 30 songs, and then we narrow it down. And I usually won't write lyrics for all of that because I'll kind of, like I was saying about Vantage Point, like I want to have that. So I'm just kind of like, you know, doop-a-doop-a-doop over the top of something until
You guys would love it.
it's really cool. You guys would think it's awesome. I love the words on this one. And then I kind of like marry what I'm trying to say with like the music that I like, and I put them together a little bit later in the process. I think we probably record like really like 14 songs for most of them. The only one that's not like that is Cleanse, where it's like those are the songs that we did, and we knew those were the songs that we were doing, and we started so soon after Possession. We were just like, these are the ones. Like Goodbye Tommy, I think we had started for Possession, but we didn't finish it, so we knew that that one was going on Cleanse, but everything else was just like, yeah, these are how we've been feeling lately, and these have been the months since we finished Possession. So that one's like a way more narrow scope, I guess. And I always feel like that one is the most like Polaroid snapshot of the band at that moment. Like it's like pretty consistent front to back. Like the drums all sound the same, the bass all sounds the same, the guitars all sound the same. Like it's just that moment. We weren't pulling from like 30 songs or something. Like How Do You Feel Now was probably insane. There was probably like 70 songs or something because it was just like, what have we done? You know, it's like someone calls and is like, congrats, you're making the record now. It's like, oh, okay.
Because what year was that? How Do You Feel Now?
It came out in 2015, but we started recording it in fall of 2013.
Yeah, so you had EPs, mixtapes
Yeah.
before that
Yes.
at that point. So
Yeah.
a lot plays into it.
Yeah.
Nice. This is our last question.
Last one.
Make it a good one. A lot of pressure.
Okay, two-part question.
Oh yeah. Well, double destruction.
Oh, no, okay.
Yeah, makes
All
sense,
right.
right?
We'll allow it.
Yeah.
How did you land on Masterpiece? And two, why do you hate dogs?
That's a great last question.
There's a dog variant, sure, for Permanent Pleasure. We don't hate dogs. Maybe these guys do. I don't hate dogs. I have a wonderful Chihuahua.
I think they're stinky. And when you pet them, there's residue on your hands every time. Now that's not true of all dogs. Sometimes there's certain ones where the fur feels nice, more like cat fur, but I don't have to wash my hands after I touch my cats. That's for me. How about you, Joe? Why do you hate
I'm the
dogs?
wrong guy to ask about pets. But I like, I have 2 cats. And Kevin's dog is really cool.
Kevin's dog is yeah. Noodle is sick.
Yeah.
When you get a good dog, it's like the thing that always freaked me out about dogs is that like they're really excited to see you, which is like that's fine. I like kind of like disagree with its assessment of me. So that's I think the like I feel like that's the fundamental difference between cat people and dog people is cats are like, you know, there's the whole like you're beneath me thing, and if you're a person who's like, you know, lower self-confidence, you're like, that's right, this cat sees me for who I am, right? And then if you're a dog person, the dog's like, you're the greatest, and you're like, I'm a very self-confident person who like moves through the world with ease, and they're like, of course this dog would worship me. All people would worship me. It's like I think there's a bit of that. But dogs also like they jump on you and they can't pull their nails back. And cats can make a choice to not scratch you if they're nice. They have retractable claws. Dogs have like dinosaur things. So like one of the dinosaur claws cut me as a child. There was a dog named Sparkle. There was a dog named Sparkle, and it was like this big, okay? And it had a curly tail, all right? And my aunt's boyfriend at the time would put a $1 bill in Sparkle's tail, all right? Be like, Daniel, Sparkle has something for you. And this dog would come over with $1 in its tail and scratch me until I bled. And it was never worth the $1. Yeah, the dog that would like eat the $1. So that's me and dogs. Master Peach was a friend of the director, so we didn't interview a lot of cats. I would have loved to have gone and sampled them myself. But they sent us a picture. They're like, "This is Master Peach," and we were like, "Oh, he is."
Yeah, it was an instant thumbs up.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say we hit our time. Thank you all for joining for the age-old debate on what's better, cats or dogs.
Thank you so much. And thank you to LVO's Coffee for coming out and supporting giving me their coffee. And they're out in Webster on Empire Boulevard. Go check them out. It's an awesome new spot in town. So.
And thank you to the Little.
And thank you to the Little also for hosting.
Thank you to all of you.
Thank you to all of you, and I know a lot of you came from places far away, so thanks for coming to Joywave Con 2025. We'll see you guys next year. Thank you.